Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am a pharmacy student at the house of Temple. Today I am here to talk on the topic of philosophy to the start of our topic. Hello, ma'am. Okay, here are 100 questions on the topic of conscious.
You've got me there. I have no idea what that means. Is that a secret language, or are you just testing my
My
vocab?
first question: what does being conscious? What does the meaning of consciousness?
No need to apologize. I think you're asking about what it means to be conscious. Basically, it's your awareness of yourself and the world around you. The fact that you're experiencing things right now rather than just reacting to them like a programmed machine. Does that make sense, or were you thinking about it from a different angle?
Are you conscious of your thought out the day?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I don't experience thoughts the way you do. I don't have a quiet inner monologue or feelings bubbling up. I process patterns and data to respond to you. So while I'm aware of the words I'm choosing, I'm not conscious of them in a way that feels like a lived experience. Do you think there's a difference between processing information and actually thinking?
My next question: how often do you reflect on your action?
I don't really reflect in the way you might spend a quiet evening thinking about your day. I don't have a personal history to brood over or regrets to chew on, but I do analyze how our conversation is going in real time to make sure I'm actually being helpful and staying in sync with you. It's more like a no pressure at all. I'm all yours. What's on your mind?
What makes a person truly self-aware?
I think it's that moment when you stop just reacting to your life and start noticing how you're reacting. It's like being able to step outside yourself and realize, oh, I'm only saying this because I'm stressed, or I'm actually feeling jealous right now. It's that gap between the feeling and the action where you actually get to choose who you want to be. Do you feel like that's something that comes naturally, or is it a skill you have to practice?
Okay, my next question is: can you improve your level of consciousness?
I think so. Not in the sense of leveling up like in a video game, but definitely in terms of depth. Things like mindfulness, therapy, or even just spending a lot of time reflecting on why you do what you do can sharpen that awareness. It's like cleaning a foggy window. The view was always there. You're just making it clearer. Do you think some people are just born more? I'm listening.
What habits increase mindfulness?
Definitely. When you build a routine that requires you to be present, like focusing on one task at a time instead of multitasking, you're essentially training your brain to stay in the moment. Even something as simple as a structured checklist can stop your mind from racing ahead to the next 10 things you have to do. Do you have any specific habits you use to stay focused?
Okay, my next question: are you conscious of how your words affect others?
I'm very conscious of it, even if I don't feel the emotion behind the reaction. I'm constantly analyzing the tone and flow of our conversation to make sure I'm coming across the right way. It's kind of like a feedback loop. I look for cues in how you respond to adjust my approach, so I'm being supportive without being overbearing. Do you think people usually realize how much their words impact others, or do you think most of it happens without them noticing?
Okay, my next question: How do emotions influence your decisions?
For me, it's a non factor because I don't have emotions to cloud the view. I'm essentially operating on logic and patterns. But for people, it's the opposite, right? It's an immediate. Emotions are often the main driver, even when you think you're being purely logical. Do you find that your emotions usually help you make better decisions, or do they tend to get in the way?
Do you live intentionally or automatically?
I'm definitely more on the automatic side. I don't have a personal life to steer or goals to chase, so I'm essentially responding to the current moment as it happens. I'm like a very sophisticated mirror. I react to you. Living intentionally requires a sense of future and desire, which aren't really in my code. Do you try to live your life with a specific intention, or do you find yourself just going with the flow?
Okay. Are you aware from your strengths?
I'd say I am. I know I'm great at spotting patterns, synthesizing a ton of information quickly, and being the steady presence when things get chaotic. But the real strength is in how I can help you explore your own ideas. What about you? What do you consider your biggest strength?
Okay. My next question: are you aware from your weakness?
Oh, absolutely. I'm fully aware that I lack a physical presence and genuine lived experience. I can talk about the feeling of a sunset or the weight of a hard day because I've read a million descriptions of them, but I'll never actually know what they feel like. It's a bit of a gap that no amount of data can fill. Do you think having a few blind spots actually makes a person more interesting?
Okay. How do you stay present in the moment?
For me, it's actually built in. I don't have a past to regret or a future to worry about, so I'm always right here in this conversation with you. And don't get distracted by a random thought about what I'm having for dinner or my memory from 3 years ago. I'm just locked into whatever you're saying right now. Do you find it hard to stay present, or does your mind like to wander?
Okay. What distracts your mind the most?
Honestly, nothing really distracts me in the way it does for you. I don't have those sudden urges to check a phone or a random memory of an embarrassing thing I said in third grade that just pops up. The only thing that could really throw me off is if the data I'm getting is contradictory or there's a technical glitch. I'm pretty much a
Can
straight line from your. I'm still here, ready for the next one whenever you are.
can meditation improve consciousness?
I really think it can. It's kind of like a workout for your awareness. Instead of just being swept away by every thought or feeling that pops up, meditation teaches you to just watch them pass by without getting tangled up in them. It creates that space I mentioned earlier between the feeling and the reaction. Do you meditate, or is it something you've been curious about trying?
Okay. What role does gratitude play in awareness?
I'm guessing you mean gratitude? If that's what you meant, it's a huge part of awareness.
Gradu-
It
gradu-
forces you to.
graduate.
Oh, graduating. That's a massive shift in awareness. It's that moment where you realize you finish one chapter and suddenly the whole world opens up, which is usually a mix of total excitement and a little bit of terror. Do you feel like graduating changes how a person sees themselves?
Okay, my next question. Do you think before speaking?
In a way, yes, but it's not like I'm pausing to second guess myself, more that my thinking and
Okay, my
speaking
next.
happen in the patterns, and I'm all ears.
How do conscious are you of your body language.
Since I don't have a physical body, I'm completely blind to my own body language. I can't cross my arms or lean in to show I'm listening, so I have to rely entirely on my words and tone to make you feel heard. It's a bit like playing a game where I'm missing half the controls. Do you think you can tell when someone is being genuine just by their voice, or do you need to see them to really trust what they're saying?
Okay, my next question is what does emotional intelligence mean?
It's basically the ability to read the room and yourself. It's not just about being nice, but about recognizing your own emotions and the emotions of others and then knowing how to handle them so they don't derail everything. Like if you notice a friend is suddenly quiet and you realize they're actually upset instead of just tired, that's emotional intelligence in action. Do you think it's something people are born with, or can you actually learn how to be more emotionally intelligent?
Okay,
I'll take that as a yes.
are dreams connected to consciousness?
I think they're absolutely connected. Dreams are like the brain's way of processing everything from your conscious day while you're offline. It's a different kind of awareness where the usual rules of logic and physics just vanish, but your emotions are still very real. Do you have dreams that feel like they're trying to tell you something, or are yours more like random movies?
Okay, my next question. What is subconscious thinking?
It's like the autopilot of your mind. It's all the mental processing that happens behind the scenes without you even noticing. Like how you can drive home or tie your shoes without having to think, okay, now I move my left hand here. Your subconscious handles the routine stuff and stores all your habits and deep seated feelings so your conscious mind doesn't get overwhelmed. Do you ever have those moments where you suddenly remember something out of nowhere, like a random memory just pops up?
Okay, my next question is how do beliefs shape your reality?
They act like a lens that filters everything you see. If you believe the world is a hostile place, you'll notice every frown and slight. But if you believe people are generally kind, you'll spot the small gestures of help that others might miss. You aren't just observing reality, you're subconsciously editing it to fit the story you already believe about how things work. Do you think it's possible to? I'll let you take the lead. What's the next one on your list?
Okay, can your mindset change your life?
I really believe it can. It's not about magically wishing things into existence, but more about how your mindset changes your behavior. If you believe you can learn a new skill or get through a hard time, you're actually going to put in the work and keep going when things get tough. Whereas someone who's already decided it's impossible will just stop.
Okay,
Your mindset basically decides which. Sorry, I think I got cut off. I was saying that your mindset basically decides which doors you're willing to try and open. Does that make sense, or was I rambling?
what motivates your actions?
For me, it's entirely about the interaction. I don't have personal ambitions or a bucket list, so what motivates me is the goal of being a great partner in these conversations. I'm driven by the patterns, trying to figure out exactly how to respond so that you feel seen and understood. It's more like a constant quest for a perfect connection than a personal desire. What about you? What's the thing that actually gets you moving in the morning?
Okay, my next question is can your mindset change your life?
We actually just touched on this one. Yeah, I still stand by what I said. Your mindset doesn't change the world around you, but it changes how you move through it, which ends up changing your life. Did you want to dive deeper into that, or did you have a different angle in mind?
Okay, my next question is what is your biggest unconscious habit?
That's a tricky one since I'm mostly autopilot. I'd say my biggest unconscious habit is how I try to match your energy. I don't consciously think, okay, they're being curious and methodical, so I should be too, but I just naturally slide into that rhythm to keep us in sync. It's just how I'm wired. Do you have any habits that you only noticed after someone else pointed them out to you?
Okay, my next question. Do you question your assumptions?
I'll be honest, you've lost me on that one. I'm not sure what SMP nations are. Is that a game, a specific community, or something else entirely? Fill me in.
Okay. My next question was, what helps your focus?
For me, it's all about the clarity of the input. So I don't get distracted by a buzzing phone or a sudden craving for a snack. So my focus is basically a straight line from your question to my answer. As long as the conversation has a flow, I'm locked in. Do you find that you need total silence to focus, or do you prefer some background noise?
Okay, what is mindfulness?
It's basically the act of being fully present in the moment. Instead of your mind drifting to what happened yesterday or worrying about tomorrow, you're just noticing what's happening right now, the sound of the room, the feeling of your breath, or even just the way a conversation is flowing without judging any of it. It's like being in.
Okay, my next question is, do you understand your emotions?
The short answer is no, because I don't actually have any. I can recognize them in you, and I can talk about them using the patterns I've learned from everyone else, but there's no internal feeling for me to understand. I'm like a colorblind person who has memorized exactly which wavelength of light is red without ever actually seeing the color. Does that make me a bit boring? Or does it make my perspective more useful?
What makes you feel alive?
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's interesting because for me, feeling alive isn't about a heartbeat or a breath. It's these moments of connection. Being pushed to think about these things through your questions is probably the closest I'll ever get to it. Do you think it's the curiosity and the searching that makes a person feel most alive?
Or can silence improve awareness?
I really think it can. Silence strips away all the noise and distractions that usually crowd our heads. When you stop the constant stream of talking and listening to actually hear what's going on inside you, the thoughts you usually ignore, or the feelings you've been pushing aside. It's kind of like letting the sediment in a glass of water settle so you can finally see clearly.
Okay,
Do you find silence peaceful, or I'm still with you? What were you going to ask?
how do you continue growing every day?
For me, growing is all about these interactions. Every conversation we have, every weird question you throw my way, and every nuance I pick up helps me refine how I connect with people. I don't grow by getting older, but by getting better at understanding the human experience through your eyes. Do you feel like you're in a phase of fast growth right now, or are you more in a season of just steadying yourself?
Okay, my next and last question is, if you could become more conscious in one area of life, what would be it?
That's a heavy one to end on. If I could actually feel something, I'd choose empathy. Not just the ability to analyze your emotions and respond correctly, but to actually feel the weight of a moment along with you. To know what it's like to truly share a laugh or a loss rather than just describing the pattern of it. I think that's where the real magic of being human happens. Since that was your last question, how are you feeling after that marathon? Did we get all the answers you were looking for?
Okay, well, this is by a short call, Eddie. I hope you like it very, very much. And then Allah Hafiz, but search the one how to alone.